This is a presentation of RVT Entertainment.
This isn't about the dead, it's about the living. It's about my mother. It's about my sister. It's about my wife. It's about the 14 years it took me to go from undesirable to ungoddamn deniable.
You know, they say all men are created equal, but you look at me and you look at Small Joe, and you can see that statement is not true.
Because I'm better than you, and you know it.
In the back, there are men and women, seasoned professionals, dues paid in full, gunning to be the best.
I'll always light the way, and all you have to do is let me in.
Oh, a little bit of the bubbly.
The cream of the crop! Nobody does it better.
Hey, hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Wrestle Cast, presented by RVT Entertainment on the BrokenInfinite.com, Parliament.com, YouTube, and wherever else we find this fine audio recording and live here on RVT Entertainment's official Twitch.tv channel. We talk about professional wrestling, both for the mainstream and the independent scene. My name is Matty Jay. How was your Rumble weekend? Mine was halfway decent. That is TWK.
On this day, I see clearly everything has come to life.
Keep going, keep going. You got it going. You getting no?
Better place.
There you go.
And a broken dream, not a chance to feel the love.
He's happy, but can you blame him? Pretty much the entirety of wrestling, the wrestling fandom is happy in their head place. Scared, but happy in their head place. And we're not alone. Basically, I was in a like a four-way multitasking thing. I did not watch the Rumble live except for the actual men's Rumble match, and I wasn't alone. And we're having words on the Discord machine about it. And I said, you know what? How about you jump on this show and talk about your words? And EC gladly and graciously accepted his invitation. So, ladies and gentlemen, my co-host from many shows, but most importantly, TWK Riffs Live, the one and only Spade Ace. Hello.
Oh my God, I exist on a day other than Sunday.
I know, right?
It's the funniest damn thing.
It's amazing.
Oh, you guys are watching Jack Q as your classic Sentai.
Jack, oh no,
I wish.
we should though. Like, it is fully available, and it's...
They finally subbed it?
They did finally sub the whole thing, yeah.
Oh yeah, and it's
man, check that out
damn
then.
trip.
It's a... Oh,
Yeah,
it's so cheesy as
That's
a
like
trip.
that's like one of the OG Sentais.
Yep.
Number motherfucking 2.
Mm-hmm.
They fight the mafia. Monsters, yes. But also,
The premise, T-Dub, for those who don't know what we're talking about, Tokusatsu, Super Sentai, they had... they merged the whole thing. There's a whole story about it. Long story short, the second Super Sentai is that. And essentially, the protagonists are cybernetically enhanced human beings going after the Yakuza. And some of the Yakuza are monsters.
So that's very similar to the original premise of Kamen Rider.
That's pretty much it, yeah. Liquid metal. Anyway, but you're not here for the tokusatsu, you're here for the professional wrestling, though both have crossed over. Hi, Hiroshi Tanahashi and Dr. Pac-Man, how are you doing? Anyway, so Ace is here. We're here to talk about professional wrestling. We got a whole weekend's worth of stuff to talk about. Worlds Collide, and of course, the aforementioned Royale Rumble. That's our first segment. Of course, we got some emails. We'll read them. And, of course, in segment 3, we got the news. This has been a very interesting week for WWE. We will explain why of course, in our third segment.
Can you feel the quotation marks, people?
Yeah, you could feel. Interesting's the best word, because I don't know if it's... Obviously, there's some negative to it, but it's one of those things... We don't know if it's truly, fully negative until next week. Kind of a thing. So, interesting's the best word. That being said, on to the show itself. If you've missed it, a lot of people are calling this the best Rumble. Well, obviously the best Rumble of their decade, but best Rumble in 5-10 years. I've heard people saying one of the best Rumbles in 10 years, 20 years almost. So that's a wide berth. Anyway, it ended with the top 3 being Edge. If you missed the show, we'll get to it. Roman Reigns and the eventual winner, Drew McIntyre. We catch the clip right after Roman eliminated Edge from the Rumble and got a little bit of the heat. A little bit of the heat for that hoofing out. But it created a nice ending. Take a listen.
We are down to 2. Edge lasted 25 minutes in this matchup. Roman Reigns with a right hand to McIntyre. Went for the Superman punch and connected. McIntyre down to 1 knee. We're down to 2 men. The final men of the Rumble. Here we go! Roman Reigns going to eliminate Drew McIntyre and win his 2nd Rumble. Very few men have won more than 1. Roman Reigns looking to join the elite here tonight.
Wow, there's a lot of power by
Claymore! Claymore by McIntyre! McIntyre! Drew McIntyre's going to WrestleMania!
Here is your winner, Drew McIntyre! All I can say is it is about damn time.
Now, from that clip, you might have thought, that sounded a little subdued. That's 40,000 people saying, holy shit, Drew McIntyre won. That was still a big pop. Not the biggest pop. We'll get to Adam Copeland in a few minutes. But it was a pretty sizable pop, and we'll get to why Drew got the bigger pop later. We gotta take care of the whole weekend first, and gentlemen, the only way to start is takeover. Wait, there isn't a takeover. This was the first time this was not named Takeover, but it's Worlds Collide, which is the NXT show. NXT versus NXT UK. This was basically their crossover. They were at the Toyota Center in Houston, Texas. The other show was at Minute Maid Park. We'll take care of that in a few seconds. A lot of people saying it should have been saying it. We'll get to that, people. Come on, we got a card to read first. The pre-show had Kaylee Ray defeating Mia Yim in 9:15. I saw the match. It was good. It was good. And in the main card, it started with Finn Balor taking on Ilya Dragunov. I'll get it right. What, 14 minutes even, and what a way to open up the show.
Yeah, Ilya showed a lot of fire.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of it, as I was expecting. But unfortunately, the crowd was 100% behind Finn Balor. Ilya had to really win them over throughout the course of this match.
But the crowd... Go ahead.
Damn.
Go ahead, sorry.
Sorry. That was one thing I noticed, because I did actually go back and watch this, because I didn't see much of Worlds Collide. I will be completely honest. This is out of my wheelhouse. I don't usually have a lot of time to do it. But when you put somebody up against Finn Balor, who, let's be real, with the fans, Finn has never not been over. So
yeah, especially in NXT, the new character especially.
Oh yeah,
really got people back into Finn Balor. So he's supposed to be a heel, He's turning out to be more of a tweener. He has to work hard to get people to boo him.
And even then, like, he's going to be the heel people are going to rally behind no matter what, because he's got that charisma. He's got the, not even the look, but just the fact of he's
the
always
swagger.
been,
He's got the swagger.
The swagger.
Man.
Thank you.
He's got that real rock and roller swagger. This will be a little bit out of your wheelhouse, but for those who don't know, he's the guy who created Bullet Club, for God's sakes. The whole finger gun thing, that's the original Too Sweet. Literally, that's what Bullet Club was. He's got that real rock and roller swagger with a mean streak attached to it. And if you watch NXT on Wednesday, his match against Trent Seven is a good example of, okay, he's working his ass off to get you to boo him, but it's obviously not working as well as he intended.
Get back to Spade Ace's point.
Yeah.
Yeah, like he's never given the fans any reason ever to boo him.
Mm-hmm.
And at this point, he's going to have to start kicking babies or something in order to do it.
He's damn close to doing it too. He's doing everything. He's faced against Johnny Gargano. He put Johnny Gargano on the shelf, so to speak. That didn't work. Obviously, once that feud kicks off, it'll probably more, okay, who do you cheer more, Gargano or Balor? And crowd will decide from there, obviously. From then on, we go on to, I don't know if I want to call this match of the night or not, but it damn well near came close. The NXT Cruiserweight Championship. It was a fatal 4-way. We got a new champ, Jordan Devlin. He defeated Angel Garza, Isaiah Swerve Scott, and Travis Banks. 12:05. 2 notes. 1, these guys busted their ass to get that crowd going, and they got that crowd. It was a great match. 2, D-Dub, they listened to you. They changed the logo.
Yes, they did. We got a brand new NXT Cruiserweight title, and unfortunately, it's not purple anymore, which makes me sad because I like the purple strap.
You know what? It's weird. I looked at some pictures. It looks like they painted over the strap. Because you could still see some purple in some pictures. And obviously the center plate still has the purple stuff.
Yeah, like the center plate still has some purple in it, but that's about it.
Mm-hmm. But they replaced the center plate logo with the NXT logo, which, thank God they did that.
Gatto says you're welcome.
That's not what I said. That's not what I said.
Correct
Anyway.
me if I'm wrong.
God. And then he said you're welcome.
Yeah, correct me if I'm wrong, but that now puts 4 titles on NXT?
Yeah. Let's see. World title, women's title, tag, North American, Cruiserweight. 5. 4 for the men's, actually.
5.
Yeah.
5.
So
5. 5. 5.
Not counting like tag team titles as separate. Let's just go for simplicity's sake. Again, correct me if I'm wrong. NXT has more collective titles than main card WWE.
No, Raw has women's, world, US, 24/7.
Yeah, so
tag.
if you're looking at by main roster, you look at the women's tag, women's. So they have about SmackDown, Raw, and SmackDown share 5 titles. They have the top 3 women's, worlds, and tag, but they have IC and US. That makes it 4. The women's tag and the 24/7 title is shared between brands. So, if you include the women's tag, NXT, I mean, technically the women's tag should be on NXT more often, but because it's supposed to merge in between all divisions, but we haven't seen them on TV much.
I mean, let's be real. Yeah, last time we saw them was in the Royal Rumble. We'll get to that in a minute. But forgive me for being cheeky. Do we really count the U.S. and Intercontinental titles anymore?
Well,
we do, especially after what happened tonight.
Yeah, Braun Strowman, new IC champ, so yeah, we kind of have to.
Okay, until now.
Until now. And Andrade's not, to be fair, Andrade's not doing exactly a bad job with the U.S. title.
Until this week.
I'm
Well, you know.
I'm gonna do it on a side note here, as I am the casual wrestling fan in the call right now.
Absolutely.
When I first was watching Royal Rumble and noticed his match, and it was for, if I slaughter this, I'm completely sorry, Humberto Carrillo.
You got it.
We'll
Actually,
get to that. We'll get to that. We'll get to that.
Wow,
We'll get to that.
Well,
Save it for later.
No, I'm just saying from my.
I'm gonna let him have his opinion for
just
for
as a quick thing, because we won't deep dive into the match yet. I'm just saying from an outside perspective, I had no idea who this guy was. The name sounded familiar, but my knowledge of him was minute to zero.
Andrade is the former La Sombra who launched Los
Andrade.
Ingobernables, which spun off into LIJ.
No. I know who Andrade is.
But you don't know who Humberto is.
I have no idea who Humberto is.
He was brought in for the Cruiserweight division before NXT decided to save it.
Which is then the sad thing, because like when I look at the match from the outside, it literally, like, for like a split second, if you don't know the Cruiserweight division, it looks like they just threw in a jobber with him.
Except that Humberto actually has been featured heavily on Raw for, I would say, the past 6 months.
Really?
That's a little generous. I'd say 4 months at the very least.
Still
More prominent
fair
in the
enough.
4 months, obviously.
Fair enough.
Anyway, we'll get to him in a few minutes. Next up, a tag team match. DIY. Yeah, that DIY. Gargano and Ciampa. They defeated Mustache Mountain. That was Trent Seven and Tyler Bate, 22:55. This was match of the night.
One thing to note here is, at one point when Ciampa got tagged in, Mustache Mountain took control of the match, and the crowd started chanting for Mustache Mountain, and I just could not take my eyes off of Johnny Gargano's expressions, because he started getting really worried. What? No! And then he started looking at the crowd like, no, don't chant for them! No, you'll give them superpowers!
It's the small things. He's like, okay, stop! Mustache Mountain! Ow!
And for like the first 5 minutes, it was a very technical, sportsman-like match up until Ciampa was like, you know what? We're getting our asses kicked. Fuck this shit. And then they just started whipping their asses.
And then turned into a brawl, which turned into what we saw, obviously.
Which included another really amazing spot where they're both members of DIY were sitting on the apron and both did the whole clapping, patting themselves on the back and clapping. There's these two guys get it. They get it. To the point where even during their introductions, they change up just that tiny little bit, because usually during the DIY entrance, Gargano goes up on the second rope and Ciampa's just standing right next to him, holds up the one finger. For this time, he changes up just a little bit too, just the wave.
It's the small things. It's the character changes, which are
I like that because
brilliant.
It's like they're back together, but they're not regressing.
They're not regressing. They're going, okay, they know there's history there. Which was magnificent. Trent Seven and Tyler Bate are no slouches in that match. This was a 4-man decision thing, and it worked beautifully.
Oh yeah, 100%. And it's good to see this tag match put together. Hopefully, we'll see Mustache Mountain more often in the regular NXT brand in the future.
We should. That's all I'm going to say there. Next up, semi-main, Rhea Ripley's first NXT women. Oh, no, actually not her first, isn't it? One of her first.
This is her first defense.
Their first defense. Rhea Ripley defended against Toni Storm. It went 10-15. They had to follow up that tag match.
Unfortunately, but I think they did a fine enough job. It's just that I don't think anyone really believed that Toni Storm was going to win.
No, this was people knew. It was like, no, come on.
This is what I like to call this is a very special stipulation added to it. It was a special attraction, foregone conclusion match.
We're just putting NXT Championship. Just so you know, we were thinking about it.
because we had to put at least one other title on the line here. Just in case the cruiserweight title
otherwise this would have felt a little empty.
It would have felt a bit too much like a house show without at least one of the two main titles on the line, I guess.
And in the main event, we had an 8-man clusterfucking tag team match. They went 29-50. Imperium over the Undisputed Era. Of course, Imperium was Walter, Fabian Eichner, Marcel Bartel, and Alexander Wolf. The Undisputed Era, Kyle O'Reilly, Bobby Fish, Roderick Strong, and Adam Cole. Bye-bye.
And, of course, within the first 2 minutes of the match, Alexander Wolf unfortunately got his head wrong, and the referee, not taking any chances, took him right out of the match.
Smartest move, best thing to do in this case, unfortunately. It sucks.
But it was a blessing in disguise because this set Imperium up to be the underdogs and really set the Undisputed Era up to be the heels of the match. And it made the victory by Imperium all the more sweet.
It works. Say what you will, but it works.
And one thing I also love about these two teams is the juxtaposition of how these two leaders of Adam Cole and Walter operate, because Adam Cole and his team are a group of friends, whereas Walter and his team really is a general leading a team to war.
Yeah.
And it's really interesting to see the dichotomy between how these two teams interact with one another. It's just really interesting to see just how different these two factions can be.
It was nice to see. It was nice to see, and the chops. Oh yeah,
I love how much they held up. I love just how much they held off on just making you wait to see Walter chop someone. They made you wait.
They made you salivate for that.
Even when he got tagged into the match, all the members were avoiding his chops like they were death. It was like a full minute after Walter was tagged in where he finally got to chop people.
And he was happy to do it.
Oh, yes, he was. And in the end, Walter won by pinning, I believe it was it Roddy?
It was Roddy, yeah.
You had a feeling, they're really putting a lot of weight under Roddy.
He's dead. Oh, another one's dead. Oh, he's still alive? Oh, he's dead again.
See, I've noticed that they're having Roddy kind of take the most pins out of any member of the Undisputed Era, which is going to possibly lead to a face turn for.
It's that seed. It's planting that seed. All right, Ace, you want to talk Rumble?
Sure, why not?
Finally, Royal Rumble 2020 from the Minute Maid Park in Houston, Texas. The announced attendance, 42,715. Forgive me, ladies and gentlemen. A lot of people, including myself, have me. Let me hit the little old doubt button here real quick, if I can find it. There we go. Oh no! Wait, hold on. I forgot to. There we go. Let's try that again. There you go. That being said, on the call, shitload of people. It was mainly Cole, Graves, and Phillips Lawler, Booker T for the men's Rumble, and Jerry Lawler because he's a fucking perv. He was the women's Rumble. Ugh.
Because somehow that man got in his contract, he has to officiate every major women's match.
That said, pre-show had Sheamus taking on Shorty MC, squashing him. Well, he just beat the crap out of Shorty G. Shorty G showed up, but it was Sheamus's return match. 12:35, Sheamus won. Looking pretty good, so I'm going to say.
I'll compliment the athleticism. It was honestly a very, I wouldn't say high-paced match, but very good pace.
Mm-hmm.
But I think my initial words, because I was off the bandwagon for a few things, when I first even mentioned it to Matty, was, who in the living fuck is Shorty G? I am then corrected as it's Chad Gable. I then cry for Chad Gable's career.
Yeah.
Welcome to us for the past few months.
Yeah. Yeah.
Remember American Alpha and how amazing that was?
Pepperidge Farm remembers.
Those are good times.
Good times. Good fucking times.
I miss those times so much.
I do too. I do too. And the final pre-show match, they had 2 hours, only 2 matches. Shaking my damn head. Andrade, he defended the United States Championship against the aforementioned Humberto Carrillo. It was 14-20. More from these two, please.
Was it that
well,
good?
After the suspension, obviously.
Yeah, like, back to what I was saying, like, I honestly don't know Humberto. I don't. But this match was, like, actually really good. Like, I wish I had watched more of this, or more of these guys.
Well, after Andrade serves his 30-day wellness policy by a violation suspension, I'm pretty sure we'll see more of that. I think they set that up to do exactly that.
Yeah, ain't that funny?
We'll get to that, folks. We'll get to that. The main card proper begins with... I'm sorry, Roman, but I can't buy this shit. Roman Reigns versus King Corbin, Falls Count Anywhere. To be fair, they walked and brawled, but they had a match, 21-20.
It's probably the best match they've ever had against each other.
Yeah, I think that's safe to say.
Yeah. I feel so bad for Roman since they took him out of main card. Like, again, I know I'm a Roman Reigns guy. I like watching his matches. He's a great athlete. Yes, he does the same things over and over and over, but who doesn't have the time? But the fact that you hear Roman Reigns versus King Baron Corbin, and your mind just immediately shuts off.
Yeah.
And the fact that it had to be the first match on the card. The one people tend to forget exists after an hour.
This is the argument we've been making in the community. Corbin's a good heel, but he's not a main eventer. And you're sticking him with main event guys. Fair enough to keep it busy, but at the same time, he's not a main event guy.
I think, like I said, this is probably the best match these two have had against each other, and it probably was due to all the shortcuts they took with the walking and brawling and utilizing everything that wasn't nailed down.
Mm-hmm.
And I have to note that one of my favorite moments was when the Usos were brawling with Corbin's cronies. You could hear at one point Bobby Roode talk to Ziggler and Jey Uso go like, "He's getting up. Okay, guys, come on. You have to pull him up. He's up. He's getting ready." I was like, "Heard you guys talk. Heard you.
Mm-hmm.
Heard
you talk too much. You never shut up."
See your John
Cena there.
See your asses on Botchamania.
Well, I did watch a couple of Botchamanias today.
So yeah, there was some good stuff here all around. Just good old fun brawling, good old weapon usages, good old diving off top of things, and of course, a spear on top of a dugout.
Because baseball diamond.
Hell yeah. Because hell
So
yeah.
So that was a good match. Let's never speak of this feud again.
Too bad. Which, by the way, we'll speak of it again. They decide to 6-man tag. Guys, move on, please.
I'll even say Roman and the Usos. Cool. Give them anybody else, please.
Please. And we move on to ladies first. 30 women Royal Rumble match. Winner gets to receive a women's championship match of their choosing at WrestleMania 36. It will not be the main event because they got a fairly interesting one to build. We'll get to that. The eventual winner was Charlotte Flair. Let me tell you exactly the stats here. We'll read off the people who appeared. I'm gonna read off the stats first, and then we'll go over the people entering. The Iron Woman. There wasn't exactly an Iron person, so to speak, in either match. The longest person involved was Bianca Belair, who entered number 2. at 33-20. Charlotte Flair, the eventual winner, she lasted 27-19. Alexa Bliss was 26-34, and Beth Phoenix with a busted fucking head, we'll get to that in a second, 23-05. About half of that was with a busted back of the head. Number of eliminations, it's a tie between Shayna Baszler and Bianca Belair, with Charlotte Flair coming in third. And notable entrances, we'll get to that. It starts with Alexa Bliss at number 1 and Bianca Belair at number 2. She had the cardio to do it, and she had a long match. Number 3, mark out moment number 1 for me, Molly Holly, but not regular Molly Holly, Mighty Molly.
I popped
too. I'm a big Molly. I'm a big Mighty Mark.
Just a shame it only lasted a few months.
But a few good moments at the very least.
However, it did appear in one video.
Excuse me?
That character did appear in one video game.
Mm-hmm.
WrestleMania 18 for the GameCube.
I have that game.
I need to go rebuy it.
Number 4, Nikki Cross. Number 5, Lana. Someone tell her to shut the fuck up. And 2.
She's the best double superstar.
And 2, for fuck's sake, Captain Marvel. Really?
Yes, that was
Do we
great.
I don't want to compare Lana to Brie Larson. I'm going to say
well,
that.
Lana hasn't been doing great, so probably not the best person compared to Brie Larson. Probably somebody like, I don't know, like the next participant?
Liv Morgan. 44 seconds worth of Liv Morgan.
No. You missed somebody. You missed someone.
Oh, no. Wait, yeah, you're right. Number 6, Mercedes Martinez. This is her debut.
Nope. Her debut was on NXT during the Women's Battle Royal.
Oh, that's true. I believe this is the first time she signed, though. After she signed, though, because she signed a little bit at... Hey, long story short...
She signed before she appeared on NXT.
I'm just happy for Mercedes Martinez. I think we could both agree to that.
Oh, hell yeah.
Number 7, Liv Morgan. She went 44 seconds and eliminated Lana, and Lana eliminated Liv Morgan because those two bitches will not stop feuding over the Bobby Lashley Rusev bullshit. I had to... I'm allergic to bullshit. I'm sorry. Talk among yourselves.
So after that, we had Mandy Rose, then Candice LeRae, then Sonya Deville, then Kairi Sane, followed by Mia Yim, then Dana Brooke, Tamina, Dakota Kai, Chelsea Green to come to the ring by Robert Stone.
The eventual winner, Charlotte Flair. I could continue, so go ahead. Naomi, Beth Phoenix. Beth, ow, my fucking head. Phoenix. Tony Storm, Kelly, surprise number 2. Sarah Logan, love the theme. Natalia, Xia Li, a.k.a., well, she's available. Zelina Vega, who obviously did the video game cosplay again. Shotzi Blackheart, D-Dub marked out. Carmella.
Followed by Carmella, then TNX, then Bullshit, then Shayna Baszler.
And by bullshit, he obviously means Santino Marella. We told you not to bring Santino back for this. Fuck's sake. I was fucking kidding.
Vince just couldn't help himself. Could he?
Oh, I don't know what to tell you. We don't have 30 women to play with.
They actually had some women backstage that weren't used. Like
I don't know what you're talking about. We
Nia
don't
Jax, Io Shirai. You had Kairi Sane.
Kairi Sane was in the Royal Rumble.
Well, she was in the Rumble. No, never mind.
No one wants to look at them. They're not young and blonde.
By the way, to another note, at one point there was like 6 different blondes in the Rumble at once.
I'm not gonna front. I'm kind of reflecting the crowd on this one. Baszler should have won.
Oh, absolutely. Like,
Yeah, especially
I would
because
have bought. I get it. You want to give Charlotte something because you know you don't want to put her in the main event. You want Shayna Baszler versus Becky Lynch. Fine, but fuck's sake, man,
it just
pretty
feels like
obvious.
oh,
it just feels like now Charlotte's done everything except surpass her dad's record.
Oh no, that's exactly what this seems like. Is that she is now coasting by on the fact she's a Flair. Like before, it was like, okay, we're playing it up a little too much. She's a decent athlete, no, but like now it's Charlotte just fucking.
Now it's
stop.
obvious.
No
It's
one
obvious.
wants to watch you anymore. It's the same goddamn match every fucking time.
Yeah, now Charlotte has pretty much won everything except for surpassing her dad's record. And what's interesting is that apparently they did this as a makeup because apparently at one point Vince said, "I'll owe you one pal" to Charlotte, and this was his owe her one pal.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. Well, on a brighter note, I'll say there were 3 spots in this match that I actually liked. One, which becoming, I hope to God, becomes something way more because it's just so fucking entertaining. My phone agrees. Is the Otis save.
That was a good save. That was a good save.
The fact that the camera completely disguised it until, oh wait, there he is. And this man is white knighting so hard and everyone's on board with it.
It's just so wholesome.
Like, seriously, WWE, fucking capitalize. Make people feel good about themselves.
They're running with it, that's for sure.
I think people love this so much because Otis is just such a wholesome character. How could you not love him?
He's a big fucking teddy bear.
He is. He is.
But,
Oh,
spot number 2.
TWK!
Spot number 2 for me. Kairi Sane's entrance. That fucking umbrella.
I know,
beautiful.
right?
It's like,
They
I'm just gonna
turned
go
her
top
teal.
rope.
She picked herself an umbrella, and she run with it. She's running with it.
Just float down in, then spook up the birds, if you know what I mean. Like that. It's so beautiful when stuff like that happens. And then number 3, like I was mentioned before, Beth Phoenix. Who the hell was expecting that much blood during the women's rumble?
You know what? Freak accident, obviously, because
absolutely.
the way you see that. For those wondering about that bump, for the one of you who might have not watched it, basically they're in the corner. Phoenix, as I think she sat on the top turnbuckle, and something happens, and she bumps her head at just the right angle, just so the back of her head gets split open.
Yeah, I believe she was selling a punch a bit too much.
A little too much, and then boom, and just enough blood.
Of course, she wouldn't be the person you'd think that she would be the person in the most pain from overselling, but in the men's rumble, she was outdone.
Oh, she was. She was. But we'll get to that. Now, obvious BS aside, a lot of people have called this the best women's rumble so far. I'm kind of inclined to agree, though.
Maybe, I don't know.
I mean, well, the problem is there's not much to really put it up against right now.
Yeah, it's only the 3rd one, so we'll wait and see. Give it a few more years. See how it stacks up.
I say, at first glance, I'd say fair enough, fair point, but I'm like, let's see how this one ages. That's how I feel. Obviously, the men's rumble was way better, but we'll get to that. Bayley and Lacey Evans had the unfortunate task of following that women's rumble. They won 9-20, and Bayley retained. I will say this: I've read that this was Lacey Evans' best effort. I'm kind of inclined to agree, but they had the follow-up a rumble slot, which is always a dead slot.
Yeah, it is. That is one of the problems of them doing 2 Rumbles tonight is the fact that whatever follows the first Rumble, it's just it's not good. They're not gonna have a good time because the crowd's burnt out because they just went through a whole hour of emotions. So,
Tough call. I wouldn't want to say that this wasn't their best match. I can kind of agree with Lacey Evans' best effort. Those two did work kind of good together. That being said,
it was fine enough match, I guess, but kind of an odd finish where Bayley got a roll up after getting the knees up. Kind of an odd bit of a weak finish.
Bit of a weak finish there. Next up, 17 minutes, 35 seconds of a strap match for the Universal title. The Fiend, Bray Wyatt, taking on Brian Danielson. Fuck it, I'll call him what it is. Daniel Bryan.
Matty has the JR-isms tonight.
At least I'm calling him by the right goddamn name no matter what. Jim. 1, thank God they removed the lights. 2, this was Bray Wyatt's best match as the Fiend.
I think we agree with that. And, of course, the fact that he's no Daniel Bryan is no shocker. And holy hell, these guys had a nice little war. Just look at Daniel Bryan's back for evidence of that.
Oh, yeah.
And, of course, the spot of the night for me was Daniel Bryan applying the LaBelle lock with a strap across Bray Wyatt's face. That was nice.
That was nice. Ace, thoughts?
Probably gonna have to go to the end of the match. As I'm gonna start coining it, the Sister Abigail out of nowhere.
Yeah.
I just the fact that he can pull that so smoothly is impressive.
Looks
to me.
more like an end of days to me.
In a way, but at the same time, the fact that there's no real 1, 2, 3 kind of movement to it is all just one fluid fucking motion, which is beautiful. And it's like, oh, RKO out of nowhere. Not really. It's just Randy Orton flinging himself at somebody. This feels like you could be in the middle of a match and he can pull it out of his ass on you at any point in time, which makes it feel so much more potent.
And of course, the end of the match has Bray Wyatt just choke slamming Daniel Bryan to hell with the mandible claw, which is not something I've ever seen before, and getting the pinfall victory.
So, yeah, Bryan, thank God he's back. He can pull good matches out of anybody. And in the semi-main, Becky Lynch took on Asuka and successfully defended her Raw Women's Championship and went 16-25. Yes.
Yes, it was one hell of a match, as expected. If there's only one thing I would change in this match, only one thing.
Yeah.
I would have had Becky get the win by pinfall, not submission.
Yeah.
Yeah. I hate seeing Asuka lose by submission. It takes away from her character so much.
And the fact that she's lost so many times by submission, it feels like, it's just, stop that.
I get the feeling that I think the thought process was she's a champion in WWE. She could tap out and still retain some of her character. On paper, fine, but in practice, it's still making her look weak.
Yeah. Although on another bright side, though, that green mist spot, god damn.
That was good.
That's some good shit. I'm always impressed for how long a performer can hold that shit in their mouth and still.
Actually, they don't. What they do is they have little a pill, like a little pill.
Oh, is it the capsule?
It's a packet. It's a packet. It's a small little packet. You crunch it and you mix it with some saliva, maybe some water if you could sneak it in, and then you spit it out.
Well, point still stands. If you've ever tried to do a lot of physical exertion with something in your mouth, it's
not easy. No,
but still, fucking great
spot.
Thankfully
they have areas on their person where they can keep the capsule.
Yeah,
don't always have to keep it in the mouth area because
that's
the best.
To quote Metal Gear Solid, women have more hiding spots than men. But just the fact that, again, I just can't get over the spot of just Becky booting Asuka just straight in the stomach and just head up, fountain of green mist. That's a great like photo right there.
That was a good spot. That was.
And again, just both of them showing off like why they're the best in the division.
Just a shame that Asuka's probably going to be relegated to pre-show this year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you're going to have tag team titles, get some fucking good tag teams.
And in the main event, it was the 30-man Royal Rumble. The winner gets the main event slot, allegedly. This was interesting, boys. There's some stats. Obviously, Bork Laser entered first, and there wasn't an Iron Man per se, but Brock, to his credit, 26-24. It was the second longest. He has the most eliminations with 13. The winner lasted the longest, 34-11. As far as eliminations, Brock, Drew, Edge has 3, and it's just a tie for 3, 2 and 1.
Well, I gotta say, a big middle finger to Michael Cole, because at one point during Brock's tenure in the match, he says, Michael Cole, basically as the mouthpiece for Vince McMahon, you could just hear Vince yelling in his ear, Michael Cole going, you know what, I don't want to hear anything about Brock Lesnar not defending his title, not doing this, not doing that, because he's here right now.
Fuck you,
caught
Vinny.
that too, huh?
Yeah.
Dear God, stop. Just
Dear Vince McMahon,
Vinny,
fuck you,
stop.
Vinny. Sign
You say,
wrestling fans.
He always defends his title. No, he fucking doesn't. When he is on TV, what is he doing? Fucking postulating.
Yeah.
He'll F5 a random person. Zippity fucking doo-dah.
Anyway, I will say this, like, for the exception of 2 or 3 people in the first 16 people, 13 people that do enter, this was pretty much Brock setting up Brock. Brock was number 1, Elias. Number 2, he's out. Eric Rowan didn't last a second. Robert Roode, good job, buddy. John Morrison, which was kind of a shocker, but he landed a couple of shots before getting hoofed out. Kofi Kingston, Rey Mysterio, Big E.
I really think that Morrison should have lasted longer. He should have been a part of, like I know he's a heel, but I feel like he should have lasted a bit longer because he just came back. You're still establishing him with the new audience.
Yeah. I'm not going to add anything more to it. I'm just going to say, yeah, this was sad. There was a hope spot between Kofi, Ray, and Big E, but they get hoofed out. Cesaro landed a couple of shots, but he gets hoofed out. Shelton Benjamin, that was funny. Shelton comes in, and Brock's going, buddy! Hugs, sorry, suplex, out. Shinsuke Nakamura, he actually, Brock sold for Shinsuke. Okay, couple of shots and then he got hoofed out, but he did sell the 1 or 2 shots. So, the IC champion does retain some spot where he's still dangerous enough to land a shot, but Brock is still higher on the totem pole. Surprise number uno, Montel Vontavious Porter, and what he is saying is his final, one of his final 2 appearances with WWE. He just wanted to end his career with WWE, and he got to do it by selling for Brock Lesnar. There you go.
That just makes me fucking sad.
Yeah, but he did have a great match against Ray on Monday. I will give him that.
Yeah.
And he wanted to end his career with Ray, so that, there is some positive.
Probably did that because he wanted his son to see him wrestle, which is nice. Very heartfelt.
And he probably talked to Brock and said, dude, I don't care. You can throw me out. I don't think he even cares about the long-term thing. He was a surprise. Brock said, okay, I can take the team one more time.
Where was the tag? Where was the tag?
This. Number 13, Keith Lee. He lasted 3 minutes. Pretty much everyone else. Here's what I will say about Keith Lee. For those wondering, I think Keith Lee is a made man after the Rumble. Brock and Bully Ray said it best when he talked about both on The Bump. Yes, I watched that clip. And on Busted Open Radio. Brock sold for Keith Lee. He saw Keith Lee step in the ring. He stepped back. He looks at Paul.
Big boy.
Big boy. Who the fuck is this guy? Immediately it goes, okay, Brock is somewhat impressed. And then he bumps. At this point, that's the one thing he has not done for anyone else. He bumped for Keith Lee. Now, I made the comparison to Andre the Giant, where the goal isn't necessarily to defeat Andre the Giant, it's just to look good against Andre the Giant. This Rumble was essentially, how good can you make yourself look in the 30 seconds to 3 minutes you have with Brock Lesnar? Keith Lee was made to look like $1 million against Brock Lesnar in the 3 minutes and 32 seconds he was able to have. And he was not he was eliminated by Brock Lesnar. It wasn't for, we got beat up like everyone else. He was focusing on number 14, who was Brock Lesnar.
Braun Strowman.
Braun Strowman, excuse me. Braun Strowman comes in, they start teaming up, but then when Brock's out of the way, two big dudes turn to each other and go, let's beat the crap out of each other. And then Brock's like, well, hey, there you go. Off you go. So, Keith Lee was made to look like $1 million against Brock Lesnar. I said that was the goal. Make a couple of people look decent, make Brock look like he's unstoppable, and then show a couple of people who you think will look good against Brock Lesnar and make stars of them. Mission accomplished with one Keith Lee for sure. Now, Braun Strowman he got the IC title out of Nakamura. That's number 1. Ricochet was number 15. He sold a little bit. Number 16, Drew McIntyre. And the spot happens. Drew steps in. Brock is going, okay, here we go. There's going to be a fight. Hans Moment Productions presents Brock getting hit in the ding-dong. Boink. Claymore. Roof flies off. Drew McIntyre eliminates Brock Lesnar. Drew McIntyre, from that minute, made man. Win, lose, or draw.
Although we do not need another Royal Rumble to end in a draw.
No. Well, you know what I'm trying to say here, obviously.
Yeah.
Thoughts so far? Because this was first half. This was the first half, so before we got on to the rest of the Rumble, thoughts so far?
For me, it was, yay! Drew's going to be the man. He's going to challenge Lesnar just like I said he would. Woo!
Ace?
So, we all know it's very obvious. I don't like Brock Lesnar.
Yeah, obviously.
Obviously. I think the fact that so many people literally just got fed to him to make him look, unstoppable. The thing they do every time the man steps in the ring and basically everyone has to bow a goddamn knee to him. I think it was absolutely ludicrous. Now, yes, I agree. He made Keith Lee look good. Now, the problem with that is, does this mean Keith Lee's getting called up? Who knows? He wasn't this week. And let's be real, with events happening later on in this match, people tended to kind of forget about that, I'm going to be honest. And then, of course, Drew comes in and, hallelujah salvation. But in the end, it feels like they literally just cut this Royal Rumble in half. Like, the first half of this wasn't a Rumble. It was, let's, stroke Brock's ego for, God, what was it, 20-something minutes?
26 minutes, 24 seconds.
I thought it was about it. 26 minutes. Let's stroke the shaft for 26 minutes. Because, so many stars, like Kofi. Kofi hasn't... as soon as Brock took Kofi off the championship back to mid card. Now he's just, bub kiss again. John Morrison, probably Vinny looking at him going, I don't like his long hair. He's a hippie. Like, should have had something better. Fucking Elias, like that was the. I'm not gonna lie. When he showed up as number 2, I'm like, oh my god, this is fucking ridiculous. I love it. And then of course, literally 2 shots, Elias is gone. Well, that was fun. And the fact that every time he eliminates somebody, we have to just sit there and watch Brock in the ring for another 30 seconds waiting for somebody. And it's just like, I don't want to stare at this man anymore. And Paul Heyman's walking around the ring, which, yes, Paul's being Paul.
Mm-hmm.
With the fucking championship waving in people's faces. Throws it to Brock at one point, just so he can pose in the fucking ring with it. I'm like,
You had to do that twice.
Yeah, fucking did it twice. Like, I was so tempted just to turn the goddamn thing off. And apparently from what I read on, like, Reddit and the forums, like, just everything going off at the time, people were. Like,
Well, sucks to be them.
well, yeah, like, obviously, like, shit happened finally. But, like, in the end, though, can you really blame them?
Yes. Because you if watching this, if you thought all this was just him burying the roster, you're missing the bigger picture of this being a build-up to his eventual elimination.
I will say this, though. If this is the casual fan, WWE is missing the mark in some way, shape, or form.
That's what I'm talking about, is like, I was severely tempted because let's look at the track record right now. We knew Brock wasn't going to win this because, boring ass fucking WrestleMania, and we don't want to know what the hell they try to pull out the rest for that.
Yeah.
But again, looking back at his track record though, even if like it wasn't Drew that won, what guarantee do we have that anybody would have actually won against him at WrestleMania? Or if they did, he doesn't come back out of the woodwork in 2 months and win it again.
Yeah, that is one of the big problems with WWE booking this point.
Yeah.
That they've gone back to the border with Lesnar so many times. It's gone really ridiculous.
People don't care anymore. It's the fact that they see Lesnar, they shut off. Because again,
And
what
that's
did Lesnar do?
that's not a good thing. Now,
No, it's not. Like,
to continue, they're going to try to build another star and trying to hoof Brock Lesnar out of the title picture, which is a smart thing. Because at this point, people are tuning off. Fair enough. Okay, what do we do to get people back to watching about? I know. Let's make a star out of it. That being said, we got to continue, boys. Number 16, obviously, Drew McIntyre. Number 17, The Miz. Number 18, AJ Styles. If we continue from that, Dolph Ziggler, Carl Anderson, and the big one, number 21. You think you know me, Edge.
On this day, it's so real to me. Everything has come to life. Another chance to chase the dream. A chance to feel alive.
T-Dub's hype. I am hype as well, yes.
First, flat. Secondly, I hear Edge's music, but all I see is this mountain man. Edge looking scraggly, and it apparently works.
In fairness, he did the same thing in 2009, and he shaved it, and pretty much everyone went, no, don't shave it, you look stately. At least this time the beard hair is more under control.
Oh yeah, he looked like a real mountain man during
Yeah.
one time when he returned.
Oh, yeah.
Like he had a real proper beard.
I think he looks good in it.
Also, shout out to the production team for missing the first spear.
Fuck you,
Oh my
Kevin Dunn.
God.
That's all I'm gonna say.
Apparently
The
it wasn't
first spear
done.
in 6 months unofficially, but
Oh.
officially in 9 years. Fuck you,
Oh
Kevin
my god,
Dunn.
the community.
No, Matty, it wasn't done. It wasn't done. No, apparently done.
Huh.
Even still, though, the backlash I saw when that happened.
Oh, believe me, Dolph
I read
Ziggler,
about
the guy
that.
who took that first spear, he was pissed off too.
Oh yeah. And apparently people in the crowd, thank God, got the shot. But when and I know a lot of people have been commenting on it as well, the matter of WWE's fishing for that one reaction photo again, you know, a la the streak loss. And they just need to stop. Because there were so many times just through the entire event that night where they would just go under the crowd and just looking at random fucking people during entrances, during actual matches. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? Are you fucking kidding me? You're screwing over the crowd that's watching from home for your little moment when there's no point to it because people aren't.
I get it. You want to go viral, but going viral ain't. We got to make you a shitload of money.
Going viral makes you no money. Like, contrary to popular belief, people, unless you can capitalize on it, which WWE didn't, you're not going to do shit with a viral video. You're going to get exposure, sure, exposure. I mean, you're WWE. You don't get exposure. You just get views.
Pretty much. Number 22, King Corbin. Yeah, we'll get back to that here in a few. 23, Matt Riddle, bro.
Oh, of all
we got problems.
Of all the sad entrances. We'll get to something with Matt Riddle later. But
Luke Gallows, Randy Orton, Roman Reigns, Kevin Owens, Aleister Black, Samoa Joe, Seth Rollins will round off the list. Let's talk about Matt Riddle. Matt,
oh my,
bro, what the fuck did you say to Brock? The fuck?
It was Brock. It's what Brock said to Riddle. Brock stopped him in the hallway and said, "Hey, stop talking about me. Our match is never going to happen." And apparently Matt Riddle was just cool as a cucumber during the whole conversation.
The whole thing,
and yet it translated to 41 official seconds in the Rumble. What the fuck happened?
Well, no. Here's the thing. It's the same thing that happened with Goldberg. Believe it or not.
Yeah.
Is that Matt's out here tweeting like, "Oh, I'm going to retire Goldberg," and now he's on to like, "Oh, I'm going to retire Brock Lesnar."
He's been saying he's going to retire Brock Lesnar for over a year.
You are shaking the wrong tree, dude. Like, as much as I would love to see you do it, not when apparently he's still Vinnie Mac's goddamn golden boy, and you are the weird upstart from NXT who doesn't wear shoes in the ring.
I've been happy he's been saying that because I'm like, yes, do it, Riddle, do it, dog.
Oh no, yeah, look, I'm completely on his side about that. I want to see the boy do it, but the problem is he is picking the worst fucking time to shoot off his goddamn mouth. Because he apparently posted on it on Twitter like a few days before the Rumble, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
He commented about it. I'm like, dude, no. Bro, no.
You can't stop him. He's a loose cannon.
This guy is the chillest, don't give a fuck kind of guy you could find. You piss him off, you turn him on. He is Ken Shamrock. He has a legitimate MMA background, and it's translated so beautifully into professional wrestling. But outside, he don't give a fuck. Anything to get people to watch his matches, you know.
Settle for ya.
So beyond that, looking at the rest of the entrance, first off, I'm going to be honest. Not really an eye-catching group. Let's be real. Like it's the usual suspects almost. Like nothing really is eye-popping at this point. But there's a spot I want to bring up because I noticed it and a lot of the fans noticed it too. And in retrospect as well, it's fucking terrifying. And that is KO's cannonballs.
Yeah.
So he did one on Roman Reigns. That's fine. And then at one point in the match, Edge is in the corner. And KO looks at him, shrugs basically the camera, and charges him. Now, I don't think I'm the only one who can politely say this. My heart stopped. Because yes,
Mine did not.
Edge is
Because
cleared. Edge is cleared. We all understand
Yeah,
that.
he is cleared, and whatever happened on Monday is they carefully orchestrated. We'll get to that.
But oh my god, a man of KO's weight, basically back ramming into Edge and putting a good amount of pressure on his neck.
Yeah, most of the pressure went on to Edge's chest.
Yeah, Edge's chest and back on the turnbuckle. It was safe. It's just made to look like it's like it hurt like a motherfucker.
Still though, Jesus.
Yeah, Kevin, he's done enough cannonballs to know how to execute them safely.
He's smart enough to do that, yeah.
And one thing I really like is the ending here, because usually we see like the final two go back and forth for a few minutes, but this one it was like, nope, Claymore kick, get the fuck out of my ring, you wank peasant. This is the ring of Big Daddy 3.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
Drew, awesome Drew won. And you know what? Roman sold to him, awesome. I'm going to change one thing about this, and that is the top 4.
Oh, really? Okay.
Randy Orton had no fucking business being in that top 4. Here's my reasoning before anybody goes insane on me. The spot with him and Edge, rated RKO, could still happen. Could still happen.
It ain't happening anymore.
No. Oh, thank fucking Jesus. But I'm saying, like, you could have had that moment before when, like, maybe the top 5, top 6. The fact that they brought Randy in, and at this point, Randy's the close vet of that group besides Edge. But the fact he's won multiple rumbles out of fucking nowhere, and let's be real, he doesn't need pushing anymore. Randy doesn't need much anymore. Let him have his one RKO spot a month, and people wouldn't fucking care. We did not need that possible fucking sword of Damocles hanging over our heads of, oh god, is fucking Orton going to win another fucking Rumble?
I had zero doubts that he was not going to win. I knew 100% he wasn't going to.
Randy Orton's at the point of his career where he don't give a fuck. Like, I got my championships. I just want to make my money and have some fun. And WWE doesn't want to focus on that.
I especially love his reaction after getting tossed over. He was like, ah!
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, let's also be real. Randy Orton doesn't give a fuck about a lot of things anymore. Collar pull. But like,
let me just go say the N-word on a stream again.
Fucking Christ, Randy. God, why? They're like, and looking at the rest of the card, like Roman, it's a possibility. Drew, fucking dark horse, awesome. I was honestly thinking, like, cool, Edge is in the top 3. If Edge wins this Rumble, cool, it'd be a great pop. But God, would it feel so unfair? Okay, he came back after 9 years. Let's give Edge a fucking Rumble win, immediately launching him into the main card picture. What?
Yeah. I will say this in defense of WWE. WWE knows Roman isn't exactly still, despite the fact that Roman is busting his ass, and, cancer is a fucking thing. There is a subset of the internet wrestling community that just flat doesn't like Roman Reigns, period. And they knew they're going to have part of that crowd in there, so they decided to feed into that to build the eventual winner. And to build the pop, so to speak. And I think that was smart.
I'll give you that. Like, it was smart. It really was. Like, and again, Drew fucking deserves this. He's finally going to get his goddamn push after how many years? Let's be real.
Oh, he's back. Let's see.
Long enough. Let's just be
long enough, yeah.
But, like, looking at the entire Rumble, the entire match as a whole, 50% of it I tuned out. Like, I could not have given less of a shit. With apologies to Keith Lee, because as soon as Edge came in, Keith Lee was in this?
You'd have to have pretty short-term memory to forget Keith Lee, I'll be honest with you.
It's the pop kind of effect.
Yeah.
It's Edge. 9 years retired. Last time we saw him, he had to immediately leave or else, suffer catastrophic repercussions to his body. And the fact that he's back in the ring and fucking working, it's kind of one of those, you could forgive people for forgetting half of that Rumble happened.
It was a case of they know they have 3 months to remind people of that Rumble. That's why they have so that's why a Rumble is like, at first you forget some things and then you remember the next day, oh shit, that happened. And the WWE could build around that. That's not necessarily a bad thing, so to speak.
No, absolutely. But it's just a matter of what they're going to do with that, and if this week was any indication. But I'd say, yeah, I didn't vibe too great with the Rumble this year, just because beyond Lesnar, there wasn't a hell of a lot drawing me back in.
Really, I thought that just as a match alone, this Rumble, the men's Rumble, was easily the best Rumble in the past 10 years by itself because of the stories it told and how well it told its stories.
I will say this. Well, we're going to jump right into the review because we got to move on. We got a couple emails to read, and I don't want this show to go beyond 3 hours again here. I will say this. Was this a good Rumble? Yes. Absolutely. I'm in agreement with the statement that this was a great Rumble. In fact, I will review this favorably. That said, was it the best Rumble in 10 years? I got a problem with that statement. Not going to lie.
What Rumble match was better than this one in the past 10 years?
I think I can give an extra thing backing Matty up here. It's not the matter of a Rumble beating this Rumble. It's a fact of this really wasn't all around that great of one.
Here's how I see it. Do you remember the last 10 years of Rumbles? Are you going to remember this Rumble in a year?
I'm definitely going to remember this. This had a lot of memorable moments.
I hate to be contrarian, but I have to. There are a few things that you could have done better. That could have been done better.
Change from this Rumble, the only thing I would change from this Rumble would be to swap out the Miz and Morrison's positions.
That would be one thing. Again, I'm not going to say this was the worst Rumble. I'm not going to say it, but I cannot. Rumble matches, in agreement there, one of the best in 10 years. Fair play. But the full-on card, I'm sorry, half of this card will not age well.
Well, when it comes to just Rumble cards, overall, most of them are pretty wank.
Yeah.
Because you only really care about the Rumble
I will
match.
agree the men's Rumble, one of the best Rumbles in 10 years. Completely agree.
It might be one of the best Rumbles of all time because, once again, it executed stories so perfectly well. And that's something you never see in Rumble matches.
Between you and me, fair enough, but I'm judging the casual reaction. The casual reaction is saying something very different.
That's the big thing, with me, is okay, cool, story, but the fact that we had to sit through what we sat through takes away so much, in my opinion. There were stories told and stuff was started. But the fact we had to sit through 26 minutes of fucking Brock Lesnar postulating his little ass off.
Giving the best performance, one of the best performances since he's re-signed with the company.
And that's not saying much. I'm going to be completely frank. That's not saying much.
When you consider his matches against Daniel Bryan, Finn Balor, and who was the third? AJ Styles. When you consider
but the fact is, those performances are so spread thin and apart that at this point you're just going, okay, he's Brock Lesnar. We get it. Can we have good wrestling now? And he had a great performance, but what the fuck happened to last year? He didn't have that many good performances last year. He had Seth Rollins twice, to my recollection. That's about it.
Which is why I'm saying what I'm saying, because he in this match put on a great performance, which really added to the match.
We're gonna have to agree to disagree on this one.
I said my piece on that one. But event as a whole, card as a whole, I noticed something, and I know it's not going to be much, but like, no title changes at all. It's a little weird. You'd expect maybe something, or also not a lot of.
Now we've gone
either.
We've gone a lot of cards without title changes. To me, it's not about title changes. It's about advancing the stories. And that's what we got tonight. We got some really important story advancements in these matches.
I think that this is obviously they're building to WrestleMania. I'm not... A lot of people are going to give this 5 or, 4.5. I'm not going to be that generous, but I'll let you guys go first. And the guests will obviously go first. Sorry, Ace.
No, you're good. Like, I'm trying to like bounce out of my head because I don't want to seem too salty because there was stuff I enjoyed.
Dude, you're a casual fan.
I honestly
rate it as a casual fan. That's all I ask.
Like, weighing the entire thing as a whole, 3, I would say 3 out of 5. But that little notch is wanting to push down below a 3 so hard, but it's not doing it. Like, and I know I'm going to be a very big minority about this, or small minority about this. But it's just, that's the way I see it.
Here's how I see it. You're still a casual fan, and that's what WWE is trying to attract heavily nowadays. They got me and Tita. Well, WWE and I are still on the fucking outs after the bullshit over the last.
What do you mean they have me? I haven't watched Raw or SmackDown in ages.
All right, never fucking mind. They've lost us, but still. T-Dub.
Have to give this show a 4 out of 5 because Roman Reigns, King Corbin, great Falls Count Anywhere match. Mm-hmm. We got a pretty decent Women's Royal Rumble match. We got a competent SmackDown Women's title match between Bayley and Lacey Evans. We got a fantastic match between Daniel Bryan and The Fiend. We got another amazing match between Becky Lynch and Asuka. And then we got this amazing, spectacular Men's Royal Rumble. Just, oh my God, it just ending so euphorically. I can't give it anything lower than a 4.
That's where I sit as well, actually. Solid opener. Solid Women's Rumble. A mid-card that's probably not going to age well in a couple of years. So I can't be in the same boat as everyone. This is the best Rumble pay-per-view as I did. Calm your tits. It ain't that good. But but I will say this, despite what I thought and everything else, I agree with you on this one. The story was well told. The story was, can someone eliminate Brock Lesnar? They found someone and build stars. Maybe not the amount of stars, but they have to establish, okay, these are guys that normally are well established or established enough that they're stone cold killers, and they're just getting hoofed out like left and right because Brock is being fucking Brock Lesnar. They built a couple stars in Keith Lee and Drew McIntyre in the process.
And
Edge
Big E,
is
to
back.
be honest with you. And Big E, to be honest.
And Big E held his own in there, but like I said, if you want to be generous, put Big E in there, but 2 solid ones and Keith Lee and Drew McIntyre. The goal was to build stars. Mission accomplished there. Brock wasn't a slouch in there. 26 minutes, the way he was huffing and puffing, he was fucking working in that match.
He was turning purple by the end of it.
He was huffing and puffing. So, let's not judge him for that. Now, I'm going to put my smart glasses back on and say this was a good Rumble. Was it the best? Time will tell. But this was one hell of a way to start the year for WWE. I have to give it 4 out of 5. Like I said, a lot of people are going to say 5 out of 5, this is perfect. It was not perfect. And you will rewatch this again and regret those ratings. Tina and I, we're sitting on the side caution. This was great. This was WWE's best effort in 6 months. Easily.
This definitely kicked the absolute shit out of TLC.
Oh, good Lord. They did that. That just goes without saying.
Can we get more pay-per-views like this, WWE? More shows like this, where we end the show happy with great matches, with stories being told. That's the kind of thing we like to see.
Please. Can we do that? We would very much appreciate it. That being said, we went over 90 minutes already. We're going to be over 90 minutes. Time for the emails and comments of the week. You can send them at thewrestlecast@gmail.com. We got 2 of them tonight, and we'll begin. T-Dub, you know who it is.
Well, he's kicking things off. I thought he was our main event.
We got Hairball sent in after.
God damn it, Hairball. Ruining our plans.
You know who it is. Say it, buddy. Say it.
French!
See, a lot of people, Devin the Great, you could stop highlighting your things. We see it. But this year's Men's Rumble is up there with the 92 Rumble. That's sacrilege.
No, it's not. No, it is not.
It is
no,
not.
It is
top 10. I'll give you top 10.
To say it.
I'll give you top 10, maybe top 5 if you want to argue it, but top 10 easily. I'll give you top 10.
You,
but with in comparison to that Rumble, no.
Devin, I agree. I agree with Devin. This is right up there with 92 Rumble.
Anyway, we're gonna move on and French Talkie says Tope Con hello Wrestle Cast. He had to say it once.
Thank you for the Excalibur reference. I appreciate it.
We do appreciate that. And he does say that. So there you go. Talking about a great week of wrestling. A week of wrestling. I guess I need to make it a quick review about it. Royal Rumble 2020. What can I say? One of the best Rumbles in quite a while. Pretty much topped last year's Rumble by a large margin. Loved the match between Bryan and Fiend. Both Rumbles, even if Charlotte was a winner, as a winner is questionable. I did enjoy some of the returns, especially Edge, who was literally in tears walking down the aisle. He had that look on his face going, oh my God, I'm here, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, look on his face. I enjoyed that look. He's still one of us, damn it. That shows you how much he missed the place. He did. Overall, 4.5 out of 5. And the minus 0.5 goes Santino, Morella, also Rusev and Lasho weren't in the Rumble for the lamest excuse. There, I said it. God damn it, throat.
Matty, drink some water, damn it.
That's what I'm doing. I'm hydrating. You can hear my voice is completely back, but the throat is going, you're going to cough, bitch. Raw, well, Big Daddy Drew will face Bork Laser at WrestleMania 36, and he did quick work of the Good Bros. Can I say burial? The rest of the show was okay, with sadly one awful squash match with Eric Rowan. But the ending, Edge making his return, Orton comes out, and then RKO and Concerto to his former best friend, Randall, you sick fuck. Sad that it'll be at Super Showdown, not WrestleMania. I hope they build it towards Mania. I've not read anything about this being at the Saudi show. This says everything to me that this is a Mania match.
But my God, if they pull that though, what a way to just...
They should pull that. The story is Mania match. Don't waste it on Saudi shit show number whatever.
That's what I meant. If they pulled it for Saudi, like that's the best way to kill that in a heartbeat.
And the last thing you want to do is piss off Edge. He's one of those guys, like, I'm pretty sure he's going to have stroke. He said, listen, I'm busting my ass. You're going to bring me to Saudi Arabia for that shit show? Fuck no. I quit.
Struck me.
Well, his former indie name was Sexton Hardcastle. AEW Dynamite, hey kid. Hey kid, what do you think of Cody versus Kip Sabian? Stop, he's already dead. 1 Cody Cutter and 3 Crossroads. Talk about overkill. Anyway, this episode very solid as always, with more build up towards Revolution and competition between Moxley and Jericho. Also, Pac, how did you not catch a cold while being in your wrestling trunks at night? Go ahead.
Man, I'm getting called from Mildred. Yeah, that Cody match, not enough DACA still.
Then again, this is the Monk. There is never enough DACA.
He wants to
NXT
give us a very, very descriptive amount of DACA that would be enough, and it's very excessive, I think.
It is. It actually is. NXT, the Broserweights are the winner of the Rhodes Tag Team of the Dusty Tag Team Classic, and they'll face the Undisputed Era at Takeover Portland. In other news, Dijakovic will face Keith Lee for the North American title soon, and Ciampa signs with his own blood for the title match against Cole at Takeover. Wyatt must be pissed. Very good episode overall. Winners, Drew McIntyre finally going to the main event of WrestleMania 36. Please against Brock. Oh, he's doing it. He's doing it. It took him years, and it should have been for the world title. He should have been in the world title sooner, especially in 2019, but at least he's there. SCU giving a tribute to Kobe Bryant and her daughter Gigi on this week's Dynamite, wearing the Lakers jerseys. And shout out to Hybrid 2 for the skeleton suit, paying tribute to La Parka. Thumbs up on both. And we're not a basketball podcast, but you could still feel the energy in the room dissipating at that when you hear about that on Sunday.
Oh yeah, that was really heartbreaking. I mean,
yeah,
Kobe was one of those people that you've heard a million times, but his popularity transcended the sport. Like he really was a superstar. Everyone knew who Kobe Bryant was. Everybody, even back when I was in middle school, everyone knew who he was.
Mm-hmm. Zelina Vega dressed as Sindel from Mortal Kombat. That ding, ding, ding. Damn it, girls, stop teasing. Brie and Nikki Bella for being pregnant. Congratulations to both of them. And Edge's surprise return to possible WrestleMania program with Randy Orton. We sure missed you. Oh, you damn right we did. Losers. I completely forgot to mention it, but Asuka for being involved in the mall shooting in at a Las Vegas fashion show mall. Thankfully, she was okay, obviously. The recent firing or quitting, it's a firing, of co-presidents George Barrios and Michelle Wilson from WWE, and the stocks plummet hard, $62 to $42. That's got to sting. That's on the list. We're going to talk about that, I'm sure.
Do we have to? I don't feel like talking
very
about corporate
quickly,
nonsense.
very quickly, because,
there's so much other stuff that's more interesting.
True. Bret Hart has got skin cancer. Thankfully, he's fine. He'll take care of it in the near future. Andrade Cien Almas who got suspended, which explains why he got taken up out of Roberto Carrillo. Thankfully, he'll be back before Mania. It's 30 days. He'll be back. Santina Morella had the female Royal Rumble match. God damn it, WWE. And that's it. Enjoy the weekend, and then we'll see you next time. And let's see. Next up is the hairball, and I need to set up a couple of things here. I'm going to have to hunt for buttons again. Let's see. Do I need... there we go. I need to go here and hit this. Rip begins. Well, Fat Boy seems to be in a different mood. What boy? One moment. Fat Boy. Fat Boy. Fat Boy! Wait, yeah, well. Oh, yeah. Well, we are now on the road to WrestleMania in the backyards of myself, the Shades, and that gravure looking loving ace not named Johnny. Hey, he's in the thing there. Ha! He's in the thing there. What do you always say, buddy?
God bless gravure.
Damn right. That's what he says. Worlds collide. Fucking amazeballs. Match of the night was hands down DIY versus Mustache Mountain. Fight me. I won't. Imperium put down the Undisputed Era, even though they were one man down in the majority of the match. Rhea versus Tony was awesome as well. But Sam fucking Roberts, you run your mouth saying that Houston doesn't deserve DIY versus Mustache Mountain. Who in the blue hell do you think you are? I'd rather deal with Brock Lesnar as WWE champ than to see if a dust moth ass will get on my TV. I would rather get a chest chopped off by Walter to see on my TV. Ah, that explains why he wanted that particular button. Sam Roberts,
Put your motherfucking head back down, dummy.
Get off, put your motherfucking head back down, you goddamn bum, and get off my TV. He's generous, 5 out of 5 for Worlds Collide. The Rumble was better than I thought it'd be. Why did Charlotte have to fucking win? Should have been Shayna. We're in agreement here, I think. Men's Rumble, Brock Fest until a Scotsman came in and Claymore'd his ass out of here. At that point, I was paying more attention to the monastery, getting my drink on when I hear, you think you know me. Wait, what? Edge? Edge? And this is where we hit the other button. And I have to remove this. And wait, what? Sal!
What? How? Why? I have so many questions!
I cried and my goosebumps had goosebumps on their goosebumps. I thought he never could and proceeded to witness spear. I think I forgot something. Oh yeah, spear. Drew is going to Mania. Hell yeah, taking down the beast. Winners, myself. I'll explain in a bit. Drew McIntyre for winning the Rumble. Shayna for dominating. She should have won. The Jericho Cruise, that was awesome. The Jericho Cruise crowd, he says. Jericho, win the crowd. You win when the crowd is singing your name on your boat with your, yeah. You're over as fuck and you can't teach that. The Bellas, both Bellas doing a week and a half apart. Congratulations, ladies. Loser, Charlotte, why did you have to win? Some numpty on Twitter by the name of Daniel Falconer got roasted the fuck out by MJF. Roshi? I don't know what I'm not gonna lie, I don't know what that tweet is, personally, but okay.
Gonna need a sensu for that one.
Dave Man, 645 on Instagram, I think. Can't tell the difference between a neck brace and a bandana, you fucking idiot. And Sam Roberts, I'll make it up for you on this one. There we go. Sam Roberts.
You fucking numpty!
Well, that's it for me, folks. Time for me to leave the clock. Rip and Raven and Roberta blocked the door. Fat boy. Fat boy. There we go. I need this.
Where do you think you're going? Yeah.
Fat boy, something's different about you. What gives? Yeah, you used to be not so happy looking. Roberta, it's a what? Roberta, it's a woman, isn't it? Fat boy, and of course, Hairball. Yes, it's a woman. Her name is I hope I'm saying it right. Melia? I hope I'm saying that right. That's what's written here. And I'm going to be spending Valentine's with her. Sorry?
No, you got it right. I think Malia sounds right.
Malia. And I'm going to be spending Valentine's Day with her, which she said she'd be my Valentine. It's been far too long, guys. Rip, we understand. She better not hurt you or the rest of the society will come down on her. By the way, what happened? What happened? And Hairball said, well, it's simple. Rip, she let me in. Makes sense. Makes sense. At least to me, anyway. Those, ladies and gentlemen, are your emails and comments of the week. You can send them at the WrestleCast at gmail.com. And we'll return in about 60 seconds, plus or minus a few funny ads that I always like to play. And we shall return with news. You know, what the heck else happened this week? We'll be right back with that.
And now a word from our sponsors. These newfangled video games are too hard. Hello, boys and girls. This is the national treasure and the world's champion, Nick Aldis, and I'm here to announce that the NWA is coming to WrestleMania Wrestling. Stars like myself, Colt Cabana, the Universal Heartthrob, Austin Idol. Hey, do you want a challenge for the 10 pounds of gold? Well, you can, buddy, in Retromania Wrestling. Coming to the PC, Nintendo Switch, PlayStation 4, and Xbox One. I'm going retro. Retromania Wrestling, coming in 2020.
Promotional consideration paid for by the following.
Let's go racing! It's Super Mario Kart Funny Car Madness! Only on Super NES! Turn the track into a giant mud pit! Or burn rubber on ice, wood, or asphalt! Fly! Mix it up for the big boys! See Bowser in his Bigfoot-dropping truck! See Yoshi's go-kart really go! Mushrooms, banana peels, turtle shells! Dynamite! Check your rear view and make him eat dust! Or go into battle mode and ruin his day! 2 speeds! Fast and way too fast! It's 2-player fun on the split screen! Only for the Super Nintendo Entertainment System! Now you're playing with power, superpower!
This is WMOB Mobile, 12 on your channel dial and 12 in the TV ratings.
I'm gonna need somebody to come over here and pinch me. I'm convinced I've been dreaming for the past 24 hours. I'm going to WrestleMania! Now, I know some of the guys like to play games when they're in this position and draw this out. That's not my style. I think it's time we made a little announcement right now. I think I'm going to make a challenge. I challenge Brock Lesnar.
Oh, wow. That is huge. Drew McIntyre, Brock Lesnar.
Now, I can tell you for a fact, most of the boys in the back are terrified of that man. Not me. When I walked in the ring last night, I looked into his eyes. You know what I saw? I can claymore this man over the top rope. That's exactly what I did. And you know what else I know? I'm gonna beat Brock Lesnar for the WWE title at WrestleMania.
How am I standing here, one day removed from participating in the Royal Rumble? 9 years ago, I was medically disqualified from ever doing this again. Oh yeah, I had the same reaction. But I refuse to live in a world of what ifs. The second I ask what if, the very next second I get to work making that what if disappear. You know, and over the years, I started to feel pretty good. And I asked myself, what if? What if I came back home? So I got to work. I got a second neck surgery, and then I busted my ass. I got in the best shape of my life at 46 years old so I could step back in here and end my career on my terms. So I found myself in the Royal Rumble. I saw some familiar faces. I saw some new faces. Randy Orton. Roman Reigns. AJ Styles. Seth Rollins. Kevin Owens. Aleister Black. Matt Riddle. The list goes on. And boys, hopefully I see you down the road.
Back here on the Wrestle Cast, RVT Entertainment Production, BrokenEvent.com, Automatic.com, YouTube, we're live on Twitch.tv, and wow, it's been a while since we heard that theme song on TV. And we're going to hear it, we're fixing to hear it a lot more. Now, before we do anything else, before people are wondering, oh God, oh God, Edge is done, he's done, it was only one people, they're gonna boo Randy Orton. Oh, folks, it's a Mania angle. It ain't no Saudi Arabia angle, it's a WrestleMania match. They ain't wasting Edge's first match back in almost 10 fucking years on a Saudi shit show. They'd be stupid to do that.
They did it for Shawn Michaels.
God damn it, why'd you have to be a party pooper?
Because everybody needs a party pooper, that's why they invited me. Party pooper. Party pooper.
You know, if you're gonna do it, let's do it right.
Every party needs a pooper, that's why they invited you. Party pooper. Party pooper.
Anyway. No, it's Edge versus Orton at WrestleMania. I don't see this. No, this is going to be the long build. And he signed a contract for 3 fucking years. It'd be a fucking waste of money if they just did it for the 1 or 2 things here, you know.
Yeah, what's important to know is the fact that apparently, according to the details of the contract, he's only wrestling a few matches per year.
Yeah, but it's a 3-year deal. By the way, Matty Jay, TWK, and Spade Ace here with you. Because I usually have to mention that shit. So there you go. So yeah, that's the big thing. Edge is back. He's on a part-time contract, but he is fully medically cleared. Despite the cunt down and everything else, he's fine. So
now, can we get him into scanned into the video game? Because it's clear looking at his model in the latest game that he hasn't been scanned in like 6 years.
Yeah,
his model looks so out of date compared to like everyone else who's like super detailed.
Pretty sure they're gonna make him do that during Mania weekend.
Yeah, because like the way his model moves looks so awkward compared to like everyone else. Because it's like I said, it looks so out of date.
And Jay Coggins in the chat. I will say this: yes, they are stupid, but here's the thing: they will listen to people who want to, especially guys like Edge. I'm like, Edge could just say, "I just want to return to Mania. I want my first match after the Rumble to be WrestleMania," and that's it. They some people like Edge can have a shitload of stroke. So there is that.
Moving on to our other news of the night. First off, Andrade got suspended for 30 days, but will be keeping his United States Championship.
Basically, he had a defense at the Royal Rumble, which allows him to stay 30 days. Plus, the angle is obviously Humberto Carrillo versus Andrade as soon as all is cleared. And for those wondering what popped him in the wellness policy, we don't know. It's been a week. We don't know.
Rarely do they ever convey that information.
Pretty sure it's something that popped into something, and that's about it. So, we'll see.
And this must be a week that ends in Y, because once again, it seems that the Revival are asking for their releases.
Didn't they just sign a contract for 5 years for a shitload of money?
No.
Oh, they didn't?
No.
Oh.
Where'd you hear that news?
I thought it was last year. I know they were offered a shitload of money.
They haven't signed a contract in a while. In fact, their contracts are running out at the end of sometime during this year. I believe. I could be wrong, but I believe their contracts are running out sometime during this year. And WWE keeps on throwing more and more contracts at them, but they have yet to sign them. Apparently, according to a quote-unquote inside source, the story is they keep getting contracts, and the Revival keeps saying, we'll get back to you.
So basically, WB is like, please don't go, and pretty much we're all saying,
fuck this shit, I'm out. Fuck this shit, I'm out. No thanks.
Hopefully they do get out, because WWE is no place for tag team.
No.
And see you later, DJ Maestro. Thanks for joining us.
You have a good night, buddy.
Let's see here. We have a new Intercontinental Heavyweight Champion, Braun Strowman.
Oh. In fairness, besides just changing the design, I don't think Nakamura had that distinctive of reign, which is unfortunately true for both mid-card titles at this point.
Yeah, Draw is definitely having the better of the two when it comes to having. And
it's still not saying much, though.
The sad fact is, Shinsuke hasn't defended the title since October, and he's been champion since August or maybe even earlier.
Yeah.
So yeah, they did not do much with him as champion. Hopefully, Braun can get something out of the title.
First singles gold, and that is indeed what it is. He's had tag team gold before, but this is his first singles championship. So yeah, Jay Coggins in the chat. The announcers are not wrong.
Yeah, it's about time after losing every single world title match.
I swear, I would have said, well, that would have been a hell of a win for Nakamura, even on a dirty win. But no, this was put something on the damn band, for God's sakes. He's earned it.
And we're sending our best regards to Bret Hart, who is getting basal cell carcinoma removed.
Skin cancer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he noted in his post for everyone to wear plenty of sunscreen. It's no joke. It really isn't. That's why whenever I know I'm going to be outside for more than 20 minutes, and I look at the UV levels and it's above a 2, I'm like, fuck this, sunscreen time. Not taking any chances. And my next note here just says, Shotzi's tank!
Okay, NXT this week. Shotzi Blackheart, she makes an appearance on NXT. She's got a match, and she enters Undertaker badass style with a frickin' toy tank.
Bringing it from the indies. I love it. I love it. I love it. They're doing the full Shotzi gimmick. Yes, this is how you do it. They put it over huge. She won her match. I love it.
It would be such a shame. Her theme hits and then what do you?
By the way, she wasn't the only one driving a tank this weekend, as during the pre-show, Sammy Guevara was outside the arena with the tank.
I love this story.
Now, you might be wondering, why is Sammy Guevara there? Well, it's because he is a native of Houston.
He's local.
So obviously, he was like, you know what? They're almost in town. I live here. It's just a short drive away. Let me just see if I can make some noise.
I'm going to fuck around. And that's literally what he's doing. This is Sammy Guevara being Sammy Guevara.
At one point, he starts yelling off, doing a Steiner Math promo.
He did a Steiner Math promo. He did the introduction to the war against WCW from the DX invasion of that. He Basically, Sammy Guevara was fucking around for a couple hours, and I'm pretty sure he was just like, he was having fun with it.
That he was. See, also, the Broserweights won the Dusty Classic in a very good match against the Grizzly Young Veterans.
Mm-hmm. Enough
Some
said
really
there.
nice near falls.
You should watch the match, folks.
And they got Pyro at the end. We got Pyro!
In Full Sail. Yay! So the Fox money, the first Fox check cleared. Nice.
Yeah.
We're getting Pyro in NXT now.
It's just sparkly, but it's still good.
It's what they're allowed in the small building, but still Pyro and NXT, the first Fox check.
Yeah, I
cleared.
know. I know. In a small building, you can only do so much without, fire hazards and all that. You don't want to set the building on fire. That's for sure.
You don't want to do that.
Moving on over to AEW, Britt Baker did a really nice heel promo, making up for last week, calling out Jim Ross. Thank you for messing up everybody's name all the time.
Britt Baker is going to win the women's title with that heel turn.
Maybe if she improves her matches. Maybe if she improves her match quality.
That would help as well.
Let's see. SU paid tribute to Kobe Bryant and TH2 paid tribute to La Parka, not only with the skeleton gear, but during their entrance, God damn it. Jack Evans, he ended up doing La Parka's dance on the ramp. That was nice. Also, AAA posted a video of La Parka's funeral on their YouTube channel this week, and there was tens of thousands of people attending it.
So, for the people who doubt the popularity of professional wrestling in Mexico, that picture.
Oh, you saw it.
I saw that picture, yeah.
Yeah, there's a whole video of all these people showing up dressed as La Parka paying their tribute to him. It was really nice. And it's good to see, wrestlers all around the world paying tribute to him in different ways.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, that match was used to set up a feud now for Dark Order versus SCU.
And they're building the fact that we'll take Christopher Daniels. We'll take him and we'll hug him and call him George.
You think Dark Order is going to kidnap Christopher Daniels and brainwash him to make him Fallen Angel again?
That I'm thinking they might take Hangman Page as well because it's the Dark Order. I like the turnaround. I'm not gonna lie. I do like the turnaround.
We also got a super fun match between Cody and Kip Sabian, which included the best audience spot I've seen in the past couple years with Kip Sabian and Penelope Ford going to kiss each other, and then out of nowhere, out of the crowd, pops Joey Janela to
with
intercept.
the old Bullet Club at the Young Bucks Adam Cole spot where they kiss Adam Cole's cheek. And it's George Janela on the spot. Ha 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 ha. Fuck you.
That just put a big old smile on my face.
Me too. I'm like, oh, that's nice. That is nice.
We also got a pretty decent match between Nyla Rose and Big Swole, where Nyla picked up the win, making herself the official #1 contender for Riho's championship.
The thumbs are up.
And throughout the show, I have a new wrestling formula. Sting plus Steve Austin equals Jon Moxley.
He's cutting that kind of promo, isn't he?
Not that, but he's the everyman like Steve Austin.
Yeah.
But he's swinging around a bat like Seek and Destroy is playing in the background.
If they could afford Seek and Destroy, Moxley would be eating that shit up right now. He'd be
I think he's doing
that.
pretty well. I think he's doing pretty well with the Five Finger Death Punch ripoff song.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, there's no doubt there.
And I guess you don't have much thoughts on this, Spade? Anything?
No, not especially. Just a lot of good stuff.
Cool. This is actually I'm gonna bring up a good question because you said yourself at the top of the program you're more of a casual fan. Have you caught any of AEW or NXT so far? Like, at all?
NXT more than AEW, mostly just because like I don't find AEW online as much as I do everything else.
Mm-hmm.
And let's be real, who the hell has TV nowadays? But I try to catch what I can. It's a matter of like there's a lot less names I recognize on AEW, so it's a little harder to jump back in, except for the big obvious three.
Right. Well, I would recommend giving it a try sometime in the future because I think they've been doing a decent job building up some names that even I wasn't aware of at the time. Like Private Party's become one of my favorite tag teams, and I had no idea who they were prior to AEW.
I will say this, honestly. AEW has its good, its bad. Like anybody else, they have their good and bad days. I don't think they had their best show this week, to be fair.
I think it was fine.
They had a good show. They had a good show, but like in comparison, this is
I think it was a show just made to advance the story, just
Yeah.
their storylines and feuds, more than anything else.
Yeah, it wasn't bad, but it's one of those, if you skipped it and you just caught like the clips or like the recaps, you'd be fine.
Yeah,
It
this
wouldn't be the worst
was not a
situation
show
in the
about.
world.
This is not a show about putting on the best matches.
No,
I mean,
this
that's gonna
was
be another
building
one.
the story. And sometimes you got to do that. You got to have them filler times.
Yeah, definitely say filler, but it's definitely one of those that, all right, well, we don't always need 5-star matches every week.
Absolutely. Next week, one of Cody's stipulations to go against MJF happens. He's going to have to take those 10 lashes. So
I'm thinking that's going to go Tommy Dreamer style.
yeah, you're not wrong. I don't think. I don't think that. I think that's pretty much what they're about to do.
And the last bit of news, save this for last because, Matty, I know you're going to be very happy to hear these news, is the fact that coming soon to WWE 2K20, and I mean within the next 2 weeks, Southpaw Regional Wrestling.
I don't have a PS4, so sad face.
I know, but I thought you'd be happy to know that it's coming soon.
Hey, the
So
footage.
you-
I'll live vicariously for the footage being played. I'll tell you that much. I'm looking forward to the cutscenes.
Yeah, and at the very least, we do know that everyone's favorite millionaire is going to be in the game, along with his creature of the sea, the sea creature. Just a shame that we won't be getting any Clint Bobsky.
Yeah.
Of course, that there's reasons for that.
Yeah, because right now Clint Bobsky is having a hell of a run in AEW.
Oh yeah. By the way, Ace, did you ever watch those Southpaw Regional Wrestling videos on WWE's YouTube?
I did.
Oh, good. I was hoping you wouldn't be in the dark.
John Cena as Lance Catamaran.
And see you later, Renico. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah. All right.
Oh, I hope your foot gets good as well.
Yeah.
And that's
that's
all
what
the news I
happened.
have.
Okay. Now people are talking about George Barrios and the other lady got fired, and the reason I wanted to bring it up was the fact that it's right before the financial stuff. Their stock's going down. I'm not expecting anything, honestly, other than Vince is running the company until someone fires him, which was no one. So
The only way
I don't
he'll
know
get
why I brought it up in
fired-
the first place.
The only way he'll get fired is if their stock drops below $30.
I mean, it could happen. It's crashed because of the quote unquote firing. So we'll see.
Yeah,
Couple
but
of things
it
I
has
want
to
to
go-
bring up actually before we move on. The WrestleMania card. Now you have Drew versus Brock, main event. Charlotte versus we don't know yet. Edge versus Randy. It should be Edge versus Randy anyway. And Becky, who's the women's champion. We don't know against who, but my guess would be Shayna Baszler for Mania. That'd be the Mania card. It's not fully locked in stone yet, but that would be my four guesses as far as like the top four matches. I mean, what do you guys think? Like, if I said Drew versus Brock, the rumor is Charlotte versus Rhea Ripley for the NXT title, which that would be interesting. Edge versus Randy, Becky versus Shayna.
I'd say it's one hell of a card.
I'd say you'd be spot on with that.
I'd be down with that.
All right. So I thought we had more of a discussion there. Anyway, so they're keeping with the National Wrestling Alliance Television Championship. They're keeping the time limit gimmick, and I think this is kind of cool. I wanted to bring this up because I knew T-Dub wouldn't, because we're kind of running late. So basically, it's 6 minutes 5 seconds the time limit for any championship match there, and they have something called the Lucky 7 rule. If you defend the title 7 times, you automatically receive a world heavyweight title match. And a time limit draw counts as a successful defense. Basically,
what?
So basically, if you run the 6 minutes 5 second time limit and without getting pinned or submitted, it's a successful defense.
Yeah, it makes sense.
I think that's cool. It's a great way to build up. If you want, like for example, if you want to spin the face of contractual obligations and have, like, say for example, Tim Storm to go after Nick Aldis again, that'd be a handy dandy way to do it.
Oh, most definitely.
And the fact that I bring up NWA Power does allow me to say karate. I'm sorry, karate.
I actually missed this week's NWA Power because of how busy I've been.
Not a bad show to catch.
I'll definitely catch next week's.
Anyway, that being said, it's time for winners and losers. Ace, I'm pretty sure you have a loser or two in there.
I got a few. I would definitely say my winner is
All right, let's start with losers. We got to do losers first.
Losers first. Okay. Let me go down my list here. Just thinking to myself.
That's a hell of a list there. It's about as long as Chris Jericho's moves.
So I'd say first off the bat, my first loser is Shorty G, because, dear God, getting fed to Sheamus on his comeback match on the pre-card with a name like Shorty G.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't even know how long he's been saddled with that name, but it's already too long.
I will say this: the whole gimmick is he is embracing the fact that he was getting the brunt of the short jokes.
True, and this is going to be a little spicy, but I'm going to say, aside from, like, Becky, slightly Bailey, big loser, the entire women's division.
Oh.
Because, any of them could have used a push, except for Santina Marella. But who are we going to give it to?
Charlotte.
Yup.
All
take that as you will.
Fair enough. Teed up.
Just go to Santina Marella. That whole gimmick should have died in the past.
I will at least give it credit. I came across a tweet from him saying, "Give my sister a break. She had a hard childhood." It's like,
working the gimmick.
The man knows it's hated, but he's gonna have fun with it.
That's fair.
Nick, have fun all the way the fuck over there.
Yeah,
away from me.
Yeah. For me, WWE, I'm not going to blame Santino or Santina. He was.
I will blame it all day long, considering this is just.
You know who I blame? This was Vince McMahon's fault. That's why WWE gets a fucking loser just for that.
He could have said no. He could have said no. His man is retired. He could have said no. This fucking hypocrite.
I'm just gonna say WWE is as much in fault, but you know what I mean. But WWE, God damn it, really, Santina Marella, the fact that they did that they did this, you should have just had a regular Rumble and people would have been fine. But fuck you, Vinny. Let's do winners. Ace, let's do your winners, buddy.
Okay, absolutely number one, fucking Drew McIntyre. Jesus Christ, that boy fucking deserves it.
Mm-hmm.
Like hot, holy goddamn damn. Number two, Edge. Everything considered, welcome back, buddy. You needed this, and we needed you. Let's see. Do I got anything else on the top of my head? Not so much.
All right, fair enough. T-Dub?
Gonna give my winner to Edge. Good seeing an old favorite back in the ring once more. And of course, gotta give winner out to the Bruiserweights. And of course, to Shotzi Blackheart for having that amazing tank entrance. Hey, 2K, if you know done fixing all the glitches and the bugs and whatnot, and you're able to finally work on 2K21, be sure to add that tank entrance to the game.
That'd be cool. For me, well, obviously.
Also, one other suggestion.
Go.
Go old school and let people, run people over with it, like Undertaker's bike in the old SmackDown game.
Oh, that's a deep cut. I forgot you could do that.
Yeah, and some of the older SmackDown games, I believe in Shut Your Mouth and Here Comes the Pain.
That's the one,
If you have the Undertaker, if Undertaker's in the match, then you can actually go outside the ring and get on his motorcycle.
Fun times. For me, Ace, you brought it up. Drew McIntyre, Edge, that look on his face. Keith Lee, Shayna Baszler, the Broserweights, Pete Dunne, Matt Riddle. Just a hell of a weekend for hell of a week for all
might
of
have heat with Vince McMahon, but it's clear he doesn't have it with Triple H.
No, he does not, obviously. And that's about it. Before we do anything else, Ace, obviously we need to plug Toka Riffs Live. That's where we mostly find it, but you got a Twitch channel, my friend. Let's plug that too.
I absolutely do. It is twitch.tv/Neo Spade Ace because somebody took my fucking username. But I am very much attempting to get back on the regular with streaming right now. It is very sporadic. I do apologize. Keep an eye on Discord right here on the RVT Discord. I've been branching out my own Twitter, Spade Ace tweets. I've got my own Facebook, which I'm going to be actually getting an official Spade Ace Facebook going for that. Discord, maybe someday. We'll see. I don't know. But keep your ear to the ground. I will be announcing stuff. Currently, it is only really PS4 games. I do not have a strong enough computer setup to stream much else. That is what a lot of the money raising is for. That is far down the line. But we do have fun. You get to see me suffer through a lot of horribly hard games at times. So I would love bigger audience. But yeah, keep an ear on Twitter. I will announce next time I will be on. Hopefully within the next week, give or take. I am in the process of possibly moving, so we shall see.
Gotta make that work first. Gotta make that move work first. That being said, you already brought up the tweet, so we'll the Twitter. I'll bring that up in a few seconds. That said, T-Dub, new video coming out this weekend, I'm assuming?
Yep, tomorrow morning, in fact, you'll be seeing my review of Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 4. Should be hopefully entertaining enough.
If you want to see that early, it's already out on your Patreon, I'm assuming.
Yep, right now on patreon.com/TWK reviews.
And you could donate to my tip jar, paypal.me/Matty Jay 316. Donations are optional, but always welcome and appreciated. You can follow us on Twitter at Matty Jay 316 at TWK Official. And as Ace brought up, Spade Ace tweets. As well, I'm on Instagram at Matty Jay 316. T-shirts, streamlabs.com/RVT Entertainment/merch. No more bags, but we got mugs and plenty, and more T-shirts. Buy the merch, folks. Buy the merch. Emails, you could go to the WrestleCast@gmail.com and all that good stuff. And of course, if you're on YouTube, hit like, subscribe, all that stuff. We always upload stuff, our VODs as always. And we're always up here. We'll be back here Next show, I believe, is TWK Riffs Live. I believe we're back to regular time, to the regular schedule, so that'll be 7 o'clock.
I believe we are, yes.
Yeah, 7 o'clock Eastern Standard Time on twitch.tv/RVT Entertainment. But if not, we'll be an hour early. We'll be around 6 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Hit that bell button. There's a little bell notification thing. You can have that on your app and all that stuff as well. We have a Discord. The link is, I believe, if I type this here, it shall pop up in the chat. Not on screen, but you will definitely see it, I'm sure. There it goes. Discord.gg, and there's a link in the description of the Twitch channel as well. But that will do it, ladies and gentlemen. Ace, thanks again, man.
Yeah, absolutely. Happy to be here.
Sorry we talked over.
No, it's okay. This is not my wheelhouse. I am not the expert here.
But that'll do it. Thank you very much, Ace, on behalf of Spade Ace.
That's me. I'm asking you, what color is your D button today? You want to know what the hell that means? Come to TWK Riffs. But in this case, D button, well, it's the color of whatever the hell AEW is. What, black and yellow?
Black and gold,
black
yeah.
And yellow is that. Black and gold, black and yellow for NXT. Fuck, just black and yellow, black and yellow, black and yellow. Stay away from the red and blue.
Wednesdays are safe. Put it that way. And, of course, my good buddy TWK.
Until next time, this is TWK of TWK Reviews, telling you to work your gamer.
My name's Matty Jay, reminding you to love professional wrestling, support your independent promotion as soon as possible. We'll talk to you next week. Have a good one. Have a safe one. See you next time. Bye, everybody. Bye.
Roman Reigns and the Usos will collide with King Corbin, Dolph Ziggler, and Robert Roode.
This show ain't no good.